I'm going to show you today how to prepare your sponge for cake decorating so you end up with a really nice level professional finish but in an easy way. Obviously you want to be really quick but find a foolproof way to do this, so I've worked out a really good way with the help of my dad actually, who taught me how to do this. It's a really easy way to achieve a level surface on your sponge before you even start, so it's going to look great. So we are going to line the tin before we bake the sponge and bring the grease-proof paper just about an inch higher than the tin. And then when we fill the cake tin with our cake batter, normally you would have it about halfway, but for this type of cake decorating you want a really high sponge. So just put the cake batter to just under the top edge, fill it up about almost to the top, and that will rise just slightly higher than the tin. You might need to lower the temperature because it's going to take longer to cook. So I've done that. I've managed to achieve my sponge slightly higher than the tin, so that's great. So it's going to allow me to place it back in the tin, and as you can see the sponge is just popping out there, so it's going to give me a nice level surface to cut across on. If for some reason your sponge hasn't risen high enough, don't panic, you can just try another idea here. So as you can see I have another one that hasn't risen quite as much. So all you need to do is get a cake board. This is an 8-inch tin and 8-inch sponge, so a cake board slightly smaller. This is a 7-inch cake board. I can sort of have a look and see it's going to need a couple under there. You might need 1 or 2. So I'm going to pop a couple of those 7-inch cake boards inside the tin. So then when I pop the sponge back in, hopefully it should be just above. So that's just above there. So it's going to allow me to cut that down all the way across. So take a nice sharp bread knife and be careful. Hold the top of your sponge fairly still. I'm just going from one side just with sort of quite sort of serrated sort of movements all the way across. And you can, once you've got in, you can start to sort of turn it round using the tin just to keep that knife level, so you know it's all going to be completely equal. And that's it. So that's gone all the way through. Got your offcuts. I normally have a bowl. You can make things like cake pops and trifles with any offcuts, so don't want to throw those away. So as you can see, that's now completely level. It's going to be a really nice nice base to start for your cake decorating. So take that out of the tin. Now with cake decorating, we always use the bottom of the cake that was in the tin as the top because it's going to be a smoother surface. So this is actually going to be the bottom now. So that's ready to go. It's a really easy way to achieve a level surface on your sponge before you even start. So it's going to look great. So we